Okay guys, so this is a bit of a new one. I'd have to say that working this particular muscle is usually with a lot of my athletes and obviously upper body athletes. So any of those are involved in throwing, you throw in swimming, whatever the case may be. Scott here is an archer, so he hunts deer by bow, so obviously pretty important. And that is the diaphragm, okay? And look, it is a bit of a tricky muscle. It's a huge muscle. Obviously, it's our major inspiration, our breathing muscle, but it does go on the radar. And you'll probably find, especially with a lot of clients that have a lot of thoracolumbar, even lumbar pain, mid-thoracic pain, this is a bit of a go-to, especially for your athletes. So, but there's a bit of an art and science to this. So the first thing you're going to get your clients to do before you even start going in here, get them to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, so start off, Scotty. So where you want them to be breathing from is you want to be able to see the belly moving, because then you know they're engaging their diaphragm. If they're not getting any movement through the belly, then they're probably breathing more from here. So most people breathe through this upper respiratory area as opposed to their diaphragm. So it's really important that you get the diaphragm engaged, because you want to relax it off a little bit as well. So it's really important that you're getting that breath working before you begin. And when they do that, keep going, Scotty. When you do, you're going to bring your arms, your hands over, find that last rib, and you're just going to grasp your hands around that last rib there. You're not going to push in, not going to do anything. You're just going to follow them in their breath, up and down. All right, keep going, Scotty. You want them to get used to your hands in that area. And what you'll find is you'll be able to sink in. All right, you can just slow your breath down a little bit now, mate. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start out almost in line with our external obliques. So you'll probably find that what we're going to use is a sort of a brace thumb technique, but we're not pushing in with our thumbs, okay? So we're going to become sideways and sort of embrace the whole of that lower part of the costal margins. So if you start to sink in and if you go in too deep, they're going to push you out. So you've got to interact with your client. You've got to make sure that you can sink into what they can cater for. So as we do, we sink in, feel the tissue. I move backwards and forwards, okay? And on that breath again, backwards and forwards. And I'm just working my way up towards the sternum. So we're not going to go deep into that, underneath that sternal area there, because that's obviously quite uncomfortable and you might find a lot of your clients are going to push back at you. So we want to stay sort of in that section, okay? So it's really important that you're working with their breath. And each time they come in, they're breathing in, we sink in a little bit further. And a little bit further, and then hold a little bit, back and forwards. Backwards and forwards, just holding that there, back out. And if you do this for a good minute, just back and forwards, you'll find the resistance starts to really let go. And what you'll also find is it won't be as sensitive or engaging to your clients. Now, once you've done that, what I'd like to do is get my clients to bring their arms above their head, like so, Scotty. Grasp those there. I'm going to do the same scenario, but this time we're opening the chest a little bit more, opening that diaphragm. So clients can sometimes feel a little bit exposed in this situation, so just be mindful that you're engaging with them. Wait for that breath out, and then backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. So we're not looking for deep pressure. We're not necessarily looking for deep trigger points or anything. We're just engaging with the tissue, just working it backwards and forwards. We're just mobilizing it as we go. All right, so it's really important that you're working with the breath, okay? Make sure that their belly is moving, because that means that they're going to be engaging their diaphragm. Obviously, as I said before, a lot of people will be breathing from their upper respiratory, especially those desk workers as well. Your athletes should be engaging their diaphragm, and it's really good to get your clients breathing through their diaphragm. There's so many benefits for it. All right, that's the diaphragm.